Folks, this is Scott Johnson on behalf of Hopkins Farm Broadcasting here in Shelbyville, Tennessee, Bedford County, about 50 miles south of Nashville, 25 miles south of Murfreesboro, in the lovely Rowley. It looks like, for now, sunny Green Hills of southern middle Tennessee. I understand we're going to get a little bit of rain later today, but folks, half our county is still in extreme drought conditions, so we definitely need it. And I don't know if the grass is growing at the park or not, probably not anymore. But it's that time of the month where we have the Shelbyville Parks and Recreation Department to come in to talk about the plethora of things they've got going on, which is a lot at the Parks Department. And we've got Trevor Freitas, the director of the Parks Department, with his special guest, Jace, Mallory. So good morning. How y'all doing this morning?
Doing well.
I'm doing great, man. Always good to see you guys.
Yeah.
Usually when I see you guys, I'm going to work out, and it's not fun. So
What do you mean? What are you talking about? I thought you had a good time doing that. Come on, Lee.
Oh, it's fun when I'm walking out the door.
We feel real good then.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, we're coming out. We're getting back in it. I mean, you guys got a great facility. What can I say? And, I need it, so.
We all need it, unfortunately.
We want to talk about
the metabolism isn't what it used to be, right?
What? Yeah, no, not at my age. I don't know about your age, but
I think it's some gray hair coming in.
I think it hits most people that what you're talking about, that metabolism, in their 40s.
Yeah.
That's when they start going, wait a minute, man, that 10 pounds didn't come off very fast.
Yeah.
It used to be like, I'll be all right in about a month. Not anymore.
Yeah.
And you got to keep moving, right? You got to keep exercising.
Always. Right. Object of motion.
Roger that. So what do you guys want to talk about today, Trevor?
Gosh, it was a month or two ago. You and I had spoken, and it's about the same time that I got the director position.
Yep.
And
congratulations again, by the way.
Thank you so much for that. And when we spoke, we'd always come in here with mostly the same format of coming in and just showing all the different programming that we're doing, and we still are, and we're so proud of that. But one of the suggestions you had is coming in and highlighting different divisions within the Parks and Rec department.
Well, folks are interested in that. So you can see how you guys are organized and what you offer.
Yeah. And one of the least talked about divisions in all of Parks and Recreation, at least in recent memory, has been the Parks division. We recreation, we do recreate, but we have a whole other area called parks, and we don't really talk about our parks. And so
you have several parks around town.
Yeah, a couple
it's
parks.
It's not just H.V. Griffin.
No, it's not. And so what I wanted to do, and what I want to do in the future, is bring in a person over a singular division, and just sort of highlight them and highlight what they and the work that they do within the Parks and Recreation department. So today, brought in Jace, Mallory, his assistant director. And he's over parks. And I'd love to talk a little bit more about our parks here in Shelbyville and what we're doing in them, and the improvements that are underway, and future plans and all that good stuff. So that's what I wanted Jace to come in and speak to us about today.
Yeah, because, I mean, it truly is a system. It's not just one location.
Yep.
And I remember, because I don't know if I ever told you this, I was a security guard at the parks back when I was working my way through high school, and I remember having to go around town locking all these places up.
And they just give you a stick at that point, right?
Stick and mace, I think. Yeah, no firearms.
Yeah.
But anyhow, well, Jace, why don't you kind of talk about maybe the different locations you guys have and what you do at those locations?
Yeah, so obviously everybody, for the most part, is familiar with H.V. Griffin. That's the head
That's the big
honcho.
dog.
Yeah,
that's the
big
mothership.
Dog. That's right. So the rec centers in H.V. Griffin.
Yeah.
One
of the finest rec centers in Middle Tennessee, by the way, but go ahead.
I agree.
Yep. No
both pools, indoor, outdoor, at H.V. Griffin. But we also have a disc golf course at H.V. Griffin.
I saw some folks doing that the other day. That's a popular thing, isn't it?
If you walk that course at any time, you'll find some people out.
Roger that.
It gets used. I've seen people in the snow have tournaments. There's a weekend in January.
I'm sorry, you say in the snow?
Yeah, they don't care.
Yep, they do not care. They will play in the snow. There's a Shelbyville Freeze tournament every January. And one year it was
free.
frozen.
You said freeze, right?
Freeze.
With a Z?
Yes. And maybe that was an intentional pun that I just got after 3 years. But they will play. And one year it was snow, and they were playing out there. And then rain, anytime. You'll find people out there.
Good deal.
Obviously, a lot of pavilions. But I would be remiss, and I'll get to other parks too, but
sure.
I'd be remiss if we started off a parks highlight without highlighting our park staff, because they are the ones that don't get seen. You come into the rec center, like you said, you come in and work out.
Yep.
People at the front desk, good morning, good afternoon, how you doing?
Very friendly staff, by the way.
Yeah, and we love them as well. And then you leave, it's have a good day, have a good night, thanks for coming in. What did you get?
They're the ones in the air conditioning, though, right?
Yeah, and they love it. They love it.
We ain't talking about the guys out there.
It's a major
in the
plus.
They're also in the heat too. They come wintertime.
Yeah, they also get the heat in the winter. That's true. But our guys that are out there on the mowers for hours and hours and hours all summer
too out there, I know.
Yep, our guys with weed eaters walking around. I mean,
that's a lot to take care of.
It's a lot, and like I said, we'll get to. I mean, it's HV Griffin. It's Never Rest on the other side of town. Yeah. It's ball fields that we have to prep for this league or that league.
River Park,
River Bottom. It's Fisherman's. It's everything. So. But they're the ones that keep it looking nice. They're the ones that don't get told half as often, hey, we appreciate you. So, like I said, if we're doing a parks highlight, I think it's only the right way to start off with highlighting that staff.
I appreciate you doing that. I remember those days.
Yeah.
Driving a tractor in a 15-foot bush.
Yeah.
They really...
Or the weed eater if you're brand new.
Oh, yeah. If you're brand new.
You don't get on the tractor.
If you're brand new, you happen to say once, I don't mind weed eating. Then it's like, all right.
Yeah. You don't get on the tractor till you've been on the weed eater for a while.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, they're great. Yeah, we appreciate them a lot.
Good deal. So you got, obviously, Never Rest is out Lewis Avenue on the west side or southwest side of town. Really nice, small park, but a really nice park.
Really nice. It has
what amenities are out there now?
It's about 10.5 acres.
Okay.
So, from a park standard, yes, it's probably considered a smaller park.
Right.
But it's not, it's not just a mini park or something like that.
No, it's got a lot of amenities out there.
Well utilized too. If we're looking at our park system, obviously HV, like we said, is a monster. But Never Rest has a playground, a basketball court, a tennis court, a rentable pavilion. It's the only other place we have a rentable pavilion, and then the softball field. Yeah. And that softball field, because it's on the other side of town, what we found is a lot of times people who are on that side of town are like, that's the one I want. I know you got a bunch everywhere else, but that's the one that's close to me. So that one gets utilized a lot, even for tournaments and stuff. People
I noticed when I've been through, there's a lot of walkers out there.
One loop.
I don't know how far a loop is, but
we need to measure that.
It's got to be.
Didn't we measure that at one point?
I'm sure we have.
Yeah, put a little sign out there. Tell them how far it is.
Because you're right. They are.
It's fairly quiet out there.
It is, and with the walking track at HV Griffin, you got to go there, turn around. Well, turning is hard for some people, that like walking in laps.
It's like
so Never Rest, you just keep going.
You go to the end of that one, like you're out in the hinterlands at that point.
You're like, I want to turn.
You're tired. You're going, man, that car's a long ways back.
But hey, it forces you.
You do a loop, you're right back at your car again.
Yeah. It forces you to turn back, though. That's the good thing about an out and back, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Never Rest, very, very utilized, especially that softball field. We actually, the first year we did flag football for athletics was out there at Never Rest, too. We did it in the outfield of that ball field.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah. So, and they loved it.
Yeah, and that park's been there for a while, 50s, 60s maybe, something like that, I think.
I see one of the, and then of course we want to move on to one of the I think one of those underutilized parks, but still, like, it's one that people pass every single day on 231 at that Fisherman's Park. And it's a tremendous park. Obviously, you see some people out there waiting, and they're actually, fishing, which is
some people just go out there and eat lunch and stuff.
The ambiance of that. That water.
What's so pretty with the old, I guess it used to be a power plant or whatever there with the Lowhead Dam. It's beautiful down there. Unless we've had like 20 inches of rain. And
no, then it's a little bit much.
You have to close the gates. But most of the time, though, that's a pretty area down there. It's right off the square downtown. It's right there.
And of course, the overlook is something that the city is working towards as well, and that's going to be on the other side of the river, of course, but that's going to be a small trail, and with an overlook for that Lowhead Dam, and then that trail should connect down into another park that we have on that side of the river called River Bottom.
Right behind Shelbyville Power Company.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
And that's... I drove by the other day. I don't know if it was Saturday, but there was a huge soccer tournament going on.
Yeah.
I mean, that whole place was packed down there. Really well utilized.
It is open for public use soccer field. The only year-round one. The term soccer field there's a set of goals out there for soccer to be used.
Well, I've always said,
like you said, if you put it out there, they'll come. So there's a lot of people out there every week.
Soccer I think is so popular around the world because if you got a couple of sticks to make a goal and a ball, you got a soccer game. I mean, you're literally anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
So that's why it's so popular.
It's an area that we want to, we definitely talking about improvements and that kind of thing. It's an area that we River Bottom now talk about that.
Yeah.
That needs some dirt and that kind of thing. We want to build up that field in order to make sure that it doesn't flood as easily as it currently does.
Yeah, I got a tractor stuck down there one time.
But
it gets a little boggy sometimes.
But so if we could probably, he's right. It's not a field. It's not a soccer field, but it does have soccer goals on it, and it's it just speaks to us and our continuous goals and visions to continue to try to make things better around here for the citizens. That's what we're all about. So.
Folks, we're talking to Trevor and Jace with the Shelbyville Parks and Recreation Department about the different divisions here in Shelbyville Parks Department. We're going to take a 60-second break and be right back.
When's the last time you've seen the eye doctor? Don't wait. Whether it's little Carter's first pair of glasses or keeping a good eye on your vision health as you age, your eyes are a precious thing. See personalized care for the whole family and friendly faces at Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care on 605 North Main in Shelbyville, across from the U.S. Post Office. Striving to bring you excellence in optometry every single day. Don't put your family's vision off. Make an appointment today at 931-684-2020. Personalized eye care for the whole family at Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care. Visit Kincaid Service Company today to experience the superior comfort of a Serta mattress. Serta has pioneered sleep innovation for more than 90 years, bringing quality products to more than 150 countries worldwide. Serta Comfort is validated by consumers with thousands of 5-star reviews and are designed and assembled in the U.S. at one of Serta's state-of-the-art facilities. Serta's award-winning mattress collections are created by providing superior comfort along with overall support and breathability. Get Serta Comfort by visiting Kincaid Service Company in Shelbyville. Online at kincaidservice.com.
Folks, this is Scott Johnson on behalf of Hopkins Farm Broadcasting here in Shelbyville, Tennessee, Bedford County. It's that time of the month we're having the Shelbyville Parks and Recreation Department to talk about various things going on. And today we have Trevor and Jason here, and we're talking about, for those of you that are, a lot of you are probably familiar with the Recreation Center at HB Griffin Park, but we're talking about all the other different facilities you guys have around town, not just HB Griffin. That reminds me, is that softball field near the Horseshoe Grounds? Do y'all have that too?
It's Evans Street.
Yeah, Evans Street, yes. Yeah, that belongs to y'all too, right?
Yes, Evans Street field, yep. Another practice field for our youth leagues.
All right. I just happened to think about that one. I saw some folks out there not too long ago. But anyhow, when we took the 60-second break, we were talking about River Bottom. Do you want to move on to another location? We talked about Fisherman's Park. We talked about Neverest.
Yeah, we can discuss some of the improvements we've been making in the off-season.
Yeah, you guys don't sit on your laurels, do you? You're always trying to upgrade and make it better, right?
That's the goal. So,
all right.
With the off-season of baseball, we talk about parks, like I said before, it's a lot of mowing, it's a lot of weed eating, that kind of stuff. One of the other major tasks is ball field preparation and stuff like that.
That's a lot of work.
Leagues we have, yes, and
because they get a lot of use.
And we're very pleased with the partnership with Bedford County Baseball, who runs the youth baseball and softball leagues. And some of the things that they'd been asking for, we were able to work on this off season and are currently working on. So if you drive by the park and you're like, hey, part of that fence is missing there on that ball field, it's because we're getting new fencing for dugouts. Excuse me. We are expanding the size of the dugouts for both the upper and lower youth baseball fields. So they're getting longer, wider dugouts because we're also inputting some of the benches, the 2-tiered benches, to match what we've had on some of the other fields. So like our adult softball fields. They're also getting brand new covers, but the big thing that you'll probably notice when you go out there is we converted the infields for both of those fields to a dirt infield for better playability, and that way it's a little more flexible when it comes to now boys and girls can play on that infield, and so that took a lot of preparation, but also brand new dirt is being put down. It was already put down.
Dirt's a whole thing.
Oh yeah,
it is.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we went through that.
He says it is.
It is. I had an education I had to undertake for that.
Jay, as soon as you said dirt, and I'm involved with the celebration grounds, and we brought new dirt in out there. We had to study dirt. We had to look at different types of dirt. We had to get samples of dirt. Dirt's a whole science in and of itself.
So the dirt that we have comes out of Alabama, and it's a proprietary mix.
That's what I'm talking about.
And we've had to put that. We've put this mix on both our softball fields, Never Rest, and we're putting them on both upper and lower Dixie fields, and
essentially in phases.
Yeah, and
to make sure we loved it, because once it's down, it's down.
Yeah, and this dirt.
Once you got it, you got it.
Yeah,
but this dirt is amazing. It sheds water like you wouldn't believe.
That's a biggie.
Yeah, and so
if you're going to play, you got to be able to.
It makes it to where we can play ball more often, and obviously there's going to always be rains that come around that just soak it, and there's nothing you can do.
Yeah, but if it doesn't drain, it could be sunny and it hasn't drained, you still can't play.
Yes, and we were seeing a little bit of that happening over the course of the last couple of years, and so we, Mike and has started the process, and then we're finishing that said process, and making a concerted effort here to make sure that our fields stay playable longer, especially as it pertains to weather. So, like
you said, movement. Once you get people moving, then and sport is a great way of doing that, especially with youth. I mean, adults as well. We talked about working out, but getting people out there and moving. I hated working out. I still don't love working out when I'm younger, but don't like working out, but love playing sport.
Right.
Like, oh wait, I can stay fit by doing something competitive that I enjoy.
Absolutely.
It's not the same as running on a treadmill. No offense to people who like to run on a treadmill, it's just not my thing.
I can't stand treadmill. I'll run on a country road before I run on a treadmill.
But in order to have them do that, they have to have a facility that affords them the opportunity. And so switching over to dirt infields means better drainability, which means more opportunity to play. And at the end of the day, that's what we're here for.
Improving a service to your customers.
Yeah, exactly right.
Literally.
Exactly
doing
right.
that.
So that is
Man, I'm glad you brought dirt up, because I'm having flashbacks. That's a whole
You got to go wash your hands. It's a lot of red.
It's all red.
It's all red.
The good dirt's red, right? I mean, Okay. All right. Anything else you guys want to talk about as far as, I know you're expanding the park on Horse Mountain Road there.
So,
I mean, you already have the property. But
So we have about 60 acres out there, 58, 60 acres, somewhere in there. And, of course, that property is connected to HV Griffin already. We have received a grant from the state. And this Thursday, City Council in Shelbyville will be tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be voting to whether or not to fund that grant.
It's probably a matching grant.
It's a 50-50 matching, yes, sir. And so if we get approval from council, we'll be making some soccer fields out there for the citizens.
There's such a huge demand.
It really is, and the thing is that I wanted to point out as far as this project is concerned is that this is a two birds with one stone scenario for us, because as it currently stands right now, we play soccer. A lot of our soccer, youth soccer league, happens and takes place on the outfields of our baseball fields. And because of that, there's been interest expressed by Bedford County Baseball to hold a fall ball league. Well, you can't hold a fall ball league if we're out there playing soccer on your outfields. So if we're able to make this addition to the park, and we're able to make soccer fields out there for our soccer program, and it goes way beyond just soccer. Of course, I should mention that. But it also allows, so we have a place to play soccer, and we also have a place now to play fall ball. ball. So this is a two birds with one stone scenario for us.
Increases capacity for both.
Yes, sir. 100% it does. And of course,
and both seasons, because the flip side of that coin is people who ask about spring soccer. And we can't do that because you have baseball. So it's a catch-22 on both of those instances. And I would say it's even more than two birds when you look at all the other programming that can happen and all the other opportunities that it affords just to have that complex.
And there's other ways it benefits the community, just not those leagues. And I think your city manager, Scott Collins, has talked about that as well, that when you have that kind of capacity, you can host tournaments basically from out of town folks too, which means they come and they spend money in our restaurants, they stay in our motels, they spend money here, they pay sales tax which goes to the city, and then they leave. We don't have to educate their kids. Then they leave town. So I mean, those are good kind of tax dollars, those sales tax dollars.
We're excited about the opportunity to do this for the citizens, and you know, you hit the nail on the head with outside tournaments. So there's a sports tourism portion of this. There's a youth portion of this, which we've already mentioned, but there's also an adult portion of this. I mean, there's adults that want to play flag football. There's adults that want to play soccer. There's a lot of opportunity.
You mentioned River Bottom. Go on a weekend, you see adults playing sport
at River Bottom.
Can you imagine if you had 6 fields to play on instead of just one lumpy field? So, you know, it's one of those things where we feel like this is a great opportunity, and we're hoping for the best tomorrow night.
I'm glad you guys explained too about having to use the baseball outfields for soccer, and the fact that completing this kind of project would essentially greatly increase your capacity to do both type of sports.
Yes,
because baseball's huge around here, just like soccer is.
It's not we're not all about one sport here. We want sport for all kids.
I think y'all about all sports.
100% we are.
If you can't find something you like at the Shelbyville Parks Recreation Complex, then something wrong with you. I'm just saying, put it online right here. You can quote me on that. Okay, you guys have so many different. You guys, please do. You guys have so many different programs. And I'm glad to see you guys are. The city had the vision to buy that property several years ago now.
And of course, way before my time even. So
I mean, it's obviously incremental, and gosh, the price of land's gone up a lot since then. So good thing y'all bought that several years ago. Right?
Smart move.
I mean, it really was. And it's like back when our school system a long time ago bought a lot of land for school expansion, and thank goodness they did that back in the day. Folks, we got 2-3 minutes left. Anything else y'all want to talk about?
I guess we can mention that we have officially switched over to our winter hours for anybody wondering. So the park is open. The parks are open 5:30 to 10. They're from November 1st through the end of February. Usually they close at midnight, but it gets dark at noon now. So we got.
I'm not a fan of this. I'm not a fan of.
No one likes the day.
I'm not a fan of this change, but we can't get Congress to act for some reason.
We're about to get into some cold, I'm sure. So parks close at 10, and you will notice we're starting to get a little festive already. It's a lot of Christmas lights to put.
You guys do a great job. I'm glad you mentioned that.
A lot of Christmas lights.
Folks, if you want to see some Christmas decorations, you can get a whole lot out there at the park. I mean, you guys do a great job with that.
Yep. So they've already started up on that. Every year, a couple of new features. So come out, look at the inflatables, look at some of the man-made stuff, Christmas light themed, and all that jazz. So they're still putting them up right now. They've been putting them up for a while, and they're going to continue to keep putting them up. So.
Yeah, but it looks fantastic out there, and the kids love it.
And once again,
adults love it.
To the staff, once again, I mean, it's another.
It's that staff thing again, isn't it?
Yep.
And the only other thing I would want to mention is if you haven't visited a park lately, go visit a park. Whether that's Fisherman's or Neverest, HV Griffin, River Bottom, go out to a park. It's good for you. You get some vitamin D. You get to be in nature.
Vitamin D at 2 hours a day.
Only 2 hours a day.
Yeah,
but go out and enjoy a park, and it doesn't matter what time of year it is. There's always something interesting in a park. There's always something to see, and there's always some intrinsic value I think that parks offer. And so, if you haven't visited a park lately,
intrinsic. Let me spell it. Intrinsic.
Ask him to spell it.
Man, where do you get?
Not going to happen.
it's if you can spell plethora, then we can do. He's talking about internal, okay?
Yeah.
I think
we're going to translate for listening.
Yeah, but the second 30 minutes will be a spelling bee.
You know, and I do notice a lot of times. I think it's great too that people will just actually drive to the parks at lunchtime and they get their food and they just sit there and it's quiet and it's relaxing and it's pretty out there and just eat their lunch and get a little break from work for a little bit.
Yeah.
And
nature.
So there's a lot to be. There's a lot to be said for where you just said to do something like that. And folks, they got a fantastic staff out there. I don't say that. I know that as a customer going out there, and they're always willing to help and show you around. And you guys, when is it? Is it December, January? You do your membership drive where it's a big discount?
Yeah, and so I know that we're going to come back next month.
Talk about
if
that.
We're invited, and we'll talk a lot about
come back. What are you talking about?
And we'll talk a lot about our membership sale next month, and
you won't find a better deal around. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Well, I want to leave them on a cliffhanger. I don't even want to tell them numbers or anything right now. We'll leave them on a cliffhanger, but get ready because next month we've got a great sale to become a member of the rec center, and you're right, it is the best deal.
It truly is, and I mean that. I mean it's especially for what you get for that, the varied offerings that you guys have, everything from the gym to crafts to you name it. I mean, you guys have a little bit of everything. You can't find something wrong with you. I'm telling you that right now. There's something for everybody out the Shelbyville Parks and Recreation Department. Gentlemen, we appreciate you coming in today. I know folks appreciate the service you provide here to the citizens in Shelbyville and in Bedford County and giving back. And, you know, you guys really do improve the quality of life here in Bedford County with your facilities out there. So we appreciate that. Folks, we've been talking to Trevor Freitas and Jace Mallory from the Shelbyville Parks and Recreation Department. This is Scott Johnson on behalf of Hopkins Farm Broadcasting, the only locally owned radio station in Bedford County. Until next time.
Kincaid's is proud to offer Beauty Rest Black to our customers. Beauty Rest Black represents a leap forward in bedding with sleep climate technology keeping you cool and triple-stranded pocketed coils to give you luxurious support all night long. Wake up refreshed and ready to take on the day with a new Beauty Rest Black mattress from Kincaid Service Company. 400 Madison Street, Shelbyville, across from the Speedway gas station. 931-684-5662.
When's the last time you've seen the eye doctor? Don't wait. Whether it's little Carter's first pair of glasses or keeping a good eye on your vision health as you age, your eyes are a precious thing. See personalized care for the whole family and friendly faces at Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care on 605 North Main in Shelbyville across from the U.S. Post Office. Striving to bring you excellence in optometry every single day. Don't put your family's vision off. Make an appointment today at 931-684-2020. Personalized eye care for the whole family at Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care.